Good evening, everyone. So we are here again today to talk about with your WhatsApp photo challenge #3. So as the scheduled time was 9 p.m., I'm here again 2 minutes earlier because we have seen some kind of technical issues sometimes may happen. So I thought that let me just come 2 minutes prior to that one and just wait for everyone to join us. And meanwhile, we can just have a check whether my voice is clear to you or not, video is okay or not, and we can just make the small technical arrangement so that sharp by 9 we can start go with it. So I'll wait for people to join. As usual, there is some lag, as I told you before, the live video and the video which is reaching to you. So 9 p.m., 2 minutes left. So meanwhile, I just brief about your WhatsApp challenge. It's something which we have started a few days back. Yeah, voice is breaking. Okay, but voice is audible, right? I'll just check the jack once again. Yeah, Ashutosh, is it okay? Is the voice okay now? Yeah, I think Ashutosh will be taking some time to write that to us. Okay. So I'll just brief you about with your WhatsApp challenge. What is it all about? We started this a few months back, rather. That all of a sudden in the midweek, when people are actually pressurized at their own circle, maybe office, maybe the household work, maybe some banking. Uh, no, still not. Arvindji, is my voice audible properly? Just let me check. Yeah, is it okay? Is my voice audible now? I think I've just changed the position of the mic. Yeah, I'm waiting for someone to just give a message. Is the voice okay? It's not clear. I think then there's some issue with the fan which is running right on top of my head. I'll try to just reduce the speed. Just a moment, guys. I'll just find a way out. Wait. Okay, I think now it will be absolutely fine. I'll just fix the microphone once again. Yeah, is the voice audible now? Is it clear now? Arvind ji, Ashutosh, yeah, right. So that was the fan which is creating the problem. Thank you so much. That's why I thought let me come 2 minutes prior, and it's exactly 9:01. So quickly, let me brief about Vibgyor WhatsApp challenge. So we started a few months back, as I was telling you. So in the midweek, when people are stressed at their own work field, in office or household, or maybe in some banking transactions, or whichever way it may be. So Vibgyor is trying to give you a stress relief. So we are just giving you some theme on which you can post two photographs across 2 3 days. Mostly we try to cover it midweek, but this time for the for the extent of what do you call more entries, we thought that let me give one more weekend to add it to it. So we got very good results from the theme coolers, which was the theme for the third challenge. So let's not waste much more time. Let's start reviewing the photographs. So now the main agenda of this one is that all the photographs across all the cities that has come across WhatsApp. Now all these photographs, the only way to send the Vibgyor WhatsApp challenge entries are through WhatsApp. We have our WhatsApp group, so people those who are yet not a part of it, please join the WhatsApp group. And there's a lot of activities happening across the cities. There are 4 WhatsApp groups exclusively for 4 different cities, so that we have a specific mindset of the events which are running across those particular cities. And the point is that it's very simple to join. There is no registration fee. It's absolutely free of cost. All you need to do is that go to our website www.infovipco.com, and the homepage you will find the group rules. That's very important and a mandate that you go through it. And once it's absolutely clear to you, just fill the form and join us. So that's all. So without shall we wait for one more minute and we proceed, because I think there are more people to join, or shall we go ahead with it? Okay, we have few people already out here, but So let me do one thing. Let me not waste much more time. So we are already 3 minutes late. So we'll start with the submissions. So what I'll do is that all the submissions which have come across this challenge, we'll review each photograph. The review is very generic. Try to understand that there is no like right or wrong into it. The point is that you have clicked the photograph. It is your own creation, so you have emotions to it. Our intention is not to hurt anyone's emotions. Our intention is just to give you one more added point of view, which may help you in keeping a fair understanding of the kind of photography you are doing, and keeping all due respect to the photographer's emotions towards the creativity. Let me start with the session, and let me share the screen with you first. Okay, so we'll start with the first photo that has come to us. That is Masood Pathan from Ahmedabad. So the best part is that this is the most prompt response that we have got when the challenge was declared. Now, one more thing I just wanted to add up that when this challenge is declared, it is like very random. Like you don't get a prior notice that the challenge is going to come up very soon. So it's like very random, so that you don't get too much of time to like plan your shoot and do something. It's like whatever you have, whatever you are doing on your regular way, your regular process. And when the theme is given, if you have something in the archive, click it. We are trying to give you some added days so that if you have anything in your mind, click a new shot and share. So Masood Pathan, when the coolers was given, he had shared a photograph of a snake who is actually cooling his all or its all senses dipped inside the water. So that's a very refreshing photograph. What I liked here is the focus on the eyes. You see the texture of the snake and the way the reflection has come. That is very well taken, and I'm sure that this needs a lot of experience because focusing on this kind of subject which is moving and it's not that much, what do you call, open to your eyes. It's like it needs a lot of experience. So good one. Okay, so Suman Roy from Bangalore has shared this. It's a nice moment of childhood where maybe a sibling or maybe just friends, they are having a nice time cooling themselves at the seashore. So beautifully captured. The best part of this is that the feet of the girl is just saved. Now you see, I would rather request for some more space, but I think there is one more leg which is being seen. So very well framed, very well captured. The sprinkle of water and everything is like the moment is very well captured. It's a very, I think the shutter speed was high enough, and this motion is very well taken care of. Thank you for this lovely share. It really gives you a flavor of childhood as well, apart from just the cooler thing. And similar to that line, Suman has shared one more where we find some sprinkles of water oozing out from the ground, and a child is really playing. I remember this like when I was in Bangalore. There is UB City, a mall, and we were there to have a dinner. And there is a similar place. I don't know whether the same place is of UB City or not, but the background seems to be no. It may be some amusement park, but this kind of arrangement is there in UB City, and at that point, I remember I was really looking forward that if I would get a chance, I would really love to be there within the like found like springs of water. So that really gives me back that nostalgia. Okay, that's very funny that Amresh from Bhubaneswar has shared this, and he has also mentioned this first Coke after funny. So we all know that Bhubaneswar is badly stricken by the recently the natural disaster, and we at Vipgor even really tried level best so that we can send some sort of help to them, but unfortunately it didn't work out, and we have spoken to a lot of people. We are still trying to make some way out so that now the electricity and the other issues have been solved, but I think it is much beyond that, and we are trying to fetch the actual needs of the people out there. So, anyone from Bhubaneswar, if you have any plans in your mind which needs to be some support from us, please, I think we are very open for discussion for that to take it forward. So, please let us know. Okay, so Amrish shares one more photograph out here. Now, I consider this as a normal food photography. Well, that is absolutely okay, not a problem. We have nice background. We have the white, the food is there. But when we are considering the theme as coolers, somehow at one point of time it gives me a confusion. Like confusion means I cannot relate to the exact theme. So maybe as a photograph it is good, but maybe if we consider the exact theme, we could have done it like bit somewhere different. So still okay, it's a good share. It's a good food photography taken a tabletop. But the coolers directly, I think I'm getting a bit confused. There may be some other reason why this photo has been shared. Now it's not Amresh. There are also a few more photographs which I'll share with you right now, where somehow I found it a bit difficult to relate with the cooler scene. But there may be some explanation, and I'm sure if the photographer explains that to us, will be really nice to hear from them. So why don't you just comment the same in the comment section of this video? Let's moving on. Okay, so from Bhubaneswar, the name was not shared, and in WhatsApp the name was given as Lenscraft. So I'm sorry, I asked for writing the name and the city, but that was missed out here. So now we are all still basking in the entire glory of Avengers series, Endgame, the Captain Marvel, Black Panther, and I'm really sure that. The upcoming Superman, everything. So Spider-Man. So everything together, the Avengers series is now in our mind and soul. So he has tried to utilize the Captain America out here with some cookies and the coolers in the jar. Somehow I felt that the light was too harsh. You see that that white light has come very harsh on the edges of the jar and also on the toy which is used as a prop. But the more focus should have been on the coolers. Like if you see the Oreo biscuit which has been crushed on the top of the jar, there's a lot of exposure which is pretty down in this because that is the main subject. So a bit of post processing would have been good, in my opinion. The entire concept of this play of blue and pink color is good, but that is taking away the entire attention. But try to understand in this photograph, if you want to keep the subject as the toy, the focus should be on the toy of Captain America. Now you're keeping the focus on the cookies, and the colors are dragging away all the attention. There should be some more balancing subjects to your background to make it much more interesting. Maybe some crushed biscuits, so that will give you a relation that that is what your main subject is. Okay, so a fantastic photograph by Sanjit Tripathi. So Sanjit has shared again a nice moment where some playful activities going on, maybe in a pond. Most probably, it's a very nice moment. And the best part is maybe some elder brother is taking care of the younger one using a tire tube. So it's a fantastic photograph, most probably taken in a wide angle. That's the reason we are getting a little bit of flare and a fisheye effect. But the colors are very nicely balanced, and what I feel is that you see every time it's not the technical part, it's not the grammar, it's the moment, and I think it's wonderful. And Amaresh, sorry, Sandeep Tripathi again has shared one more image. Now, this image, if you ask me about composition, it's a clean edge composition. It's a lovely composed image where the lady behind has been wonderfully composed right over the top. But if you consider me again with the theme of coolers, somehow the relation is bit feeble than the previous image. It's a lifestyle. It's more of the story of the ladies, the household ladies, what they're usually like to do. So it's like the struggle of the lifestyle more than like getting cool or like relaxing. So I somehow felt that the relation is bit feeble, bit feeble. Okay, so Zishan from Bhubaneswar has shared a lovely top shot here. The use of light must be from the bottom, for the reason of which you have got a nice texture of the leaves, which but you see you are cutting down the lemon. This may be a reason because you must be using a long focal length prime lens for taking the photograph, and you didn't get much space so that you can move up or keep the subject down, so that you can take the entire lemon at least. But maybe you can try this one later on and give more focus on the lemon part. You see, the leaves are wonderfully taken, but again, the bubbles which are coming out are giving some shadows to it. But that will not happen when you're taking the lemon. So the lemon is giving you the feel of cooling down you. The lemon is usually used for cooling down during the summer. So that will give you much more, what do you call, more attention, and it will drag the viewer's attention much more. Okay, so this is what we call the soda water or the jaljeera, which is usually available across. So definitely, it's commonly used coolers. But now, when we talk about technical aspects of photography, just one small thing. Composition-wise, okay, you have made it in the centered part, but be very careful that now in this photograph you should have taken care of the red background, which is out of focus, also the blue. Sorry. So when your subject is more towards what do you call the light colors and all, and when your background is taking the more attention, like the blues and the reds, so it's very difficult to drag the attention of the viewer that this is my subject. So maybe next time when you try this photograph, just change your angle. I think if you just shift towards your right and avoid the reds and the blues, which is right now on the left side of your frame, maybe this would have been a good image, or like maybe some other what do you call colors, which is not like a patch like here, maybe like a straight color or something. So maybe somehow like I felt that here that red is getting more attention, and people are more curious about reading what is there in the red, though it looks like one of the brands of the cold drinks we use right now, but it's not like that. So that's how people are more getting attracted to that. Okay, from Hyderabad, Chandrasekhar has shared this nice cooler. I'm sure like this is very tempting, especially at this point of time when you are seeing these images right after the dinner. So please spare me. These are really tempting images. But one thing, just to add up, so that you make it much more better next time, keep the light a bit towards what you call it's like a cross light. The food photography, it's very important that you use a cross light. Here the lights are like making the entire texture a bit flat. And the second thing is that it is supposed that the ice cream or any kind of cream which is used has melted to some extent, for which the texture or maybe the raw texture of the fruits have been dissolved a bit. Again, the the spoon which is used, be very careful that when you're taking a photograph, these small things makes a lot of difference, especially in food photography. So apart from that, even when you're taking the cream, try to keep it a nice texture. Here also you see that the texture is high on one side, and on the other side, I hope again that's the reason, because it's melting, the texture is gone. That texture of the cream has gone. So maybe you can just try it once again later on. I'm sure you'll be cooling yourself with a lot of stuff like this. Okay, so Amar Mukherjee from Kolkata has shared this one. Uh, well, what to say? It's like a nice image, but there are two, three things to it. Especially if you look at the foreground, it's very short when compared to the background or maybe the top part of the frame. And your main subject is kept right above the foreground, which is absolutely correct. And you have nice lights, and the central part you have green lemons, which is really creating a lot of drama. But as we move up a little bit, the main thing that is creating a bit of disturbance is those blues, and also a part of the head which has been seen on both the side. It's been cut, and what happens is that you're not getting a lot of breathing space. So here, I have just thought of it. It may be correct, it may be wrong. That maybe next time you visit the same street. I think it's taken very recently, as we were talking in the WhatsApp group. Then we can just have try a. Why don't you try a vertical frame? Sorry, horizontal frame. Try to include the face as well. So you see, the coolers was the subject, but the point is that if you also add information, the person who is selling that, or maybe somebody who is attached to that, like somebody drinking, or there's some transaction of cash. So that's not bad. You're adding more information, but keeping the subject as your cooler as the main focus on it. So I think apart from keeping those blues, and I think those are some polypacks or something, and you have some transformer behind, which is again going very flat. I think you can just try out this kind of. I understand in Ramzan, the streets and everything, there it's very difficult. You won't get a lot of space to move around. But you see, there's no harm in trying once again, right? Okay, so this is, I think, one of the most favorite photographer of Amar. I remember I first met him at the RA photography session in Kolkata, and this was the image which he showed me first time across mobile phone. So I have a little bit of good memory, so I still remember that. And even this photograph was given for perspective photography exhibition. Unfortunately, it didn't go through due to some other reason. The mentors have their own explanations, but nice image. Definitely, it is well composed. Few things which I think you can just take care of, like you can just portray some more texture of the mango and change the angle of mango out here. The highlights of like the foreground, sorry, at the background, the highlights, the white patch. It is, if you print this now, that's why you see recently we are trying to emphasize more on taking prints. The moment you start taking prints, you will understand the difference that white patch may create. It may actually kill the entire photograph. But overall, if you ask me, as a composition, as a color contrast, the blue, sorry, the green and the yellows and the contrast, it's nicely taken. A little bit of maybe lighting arrangements, a little bit of diffusing it would have made a lot of difference. Okay, Bhaskar Nandi, we know him very much keen into wildlife photography, has shared a nice image of tigers feeding themselves on a summer afternoon in a river. So yes, it's a nice image and well thought. Actually, that's the main thing. It's really well thought. Similar, Bhaskar Nandi is taking one more image where the tiger is quenching its thirst. So definitely, it's not only the human beings that who needs coolers. It's also they are also living animals. Okay, Joy Banerjee from Kolkata. What a lovely moment that he has shared with us. It's like the now people those who are away from Kolkata and still wonder what this is. Just let me give you a brief that in Kolkata we still have hand pulled rickshaws. So these are the rickshawalas which normally these are the, like, actually these are the seats for the customers. It's a two seating arrangement, and there is one uh, extension which is taken care of. It's a hold by the rickshawala, and he drags it with muscle power. So it's a lot of hectic job. It's a lot of physical stress and everything, and definitely on a scorching heat, giving you a nice ride really is a painful affair for him. So I think this photograph has been taken when there is no customer at his end, and he's just taking a nice nap, maybe in the afternoon, because the light is pouring on his shoulder. We expect that it may be somewhere around the noon or maybe around 1:30 p.m. And at that time, usually there are no people moving around for any outside job, and he's just taking a nap. So he's cooling down himself in the shed of his own rickshaw. So I just loved it. I don't know. I have no words to say how much good and deep thought it has been added up to. Thank you so much for this lovely share. And Joy shares one more. I think he was telling it is at Zakaria Street in Kolkata in the recent shot of Ramzan. Yes, fruits. It's very important that you take consume a lot of fruits to keep yourself cool in this summer. Mr. Pradip Modak from Kolkata has shared this image. Well, once again, as I told you, there are few images which I couldn't relate to much, and this is just one of them. Somehow, I couldn't understand what exactly it is. To be very honest, looks like maybe something I don't know. Maybe Mr. Pradip can just have a explanation, or if somebody else can understand, because the subject is still not clear. Maybe my point of view is not correct, so I request somebody to please guide me to understand this. Mr. Pradip has shared a photograph of an ice cream on a bowl. Once again, yes, it's a nice image, but the point is, since it's coolers, I would request that why can't we take a plunge into the ice cream? Here, the texture is good; it has not melted. So, rather than cutting it from by the jar or maybe the bowl, maybe that the point of view could have gone a bit more ahead. There is one more table mat which is dividing the top part of the frame. The rest of the part looks bit blank, so maybe it's a little bit of to more elements out of focus to balance it. Okay, Shomodip from Kolkata has shared this coolers. Okay, so it's a nice backlit image, but again, relation with the coolers has been little bit relation. I don't know. Maybe his point of view was like the trees, the shade of the trees give us some cool uh, experience, but somehow maybe a subject would have been a more better explanation. Once again, Shudip from Kolkata has shared crayons, and I can see Goddess Durga in the out of the focus with again coolers. I'm sorry. So these are the things like I understand that slowly we need to increase the intellect and the overall thought process. But please, I request Shudip to also just comment in this video and help us understand like what was the thought behind attaching this photograph with coolers. Yeah. Okay. So Abhisha from Mumbai, she's sharing a nice image of Sula. Uh, Yes, indeed. I love the color and the lighting used for the bottle, but the bottle is again hidden. And the point is that you have kept one more glass in front, which is matching with the glasses behind. So I think it's a nice geometry created. But one thing, uh, that white napkin at the bottom, which is again creating a lot of reflections. And there is one top light which is coming harsh on the Sula right up and just below that. Maybe you can just tackle that one. And this geometry of the cups are good, but maybe the little bit of tackling of light and that white napkin. Maybe you can bring it much more towards the left hand side, the bottom corner, so that it doesn't reflect beyond. I don't know. Maybe it may look good. Yes. Now let's go back to the image of the Bhuvaneshwar guy. Find the difference. Now here Abhisha has given a clear image of the lemon, the bubbles. There is no shadow that the bubbles are creating. Clean image. Again, the light has been used at the bottom or maybe at the sides. The cherry has come good. The texture of its float very well shot. A little bit of more bubbles to the other side of the glass. I think it was shot when all the bubbles were already evaporated. So maybe a fresh one would have given a much more image, good image. Arvindji, well, superb. So you see, the best part is the most easily available cooler, which is in the cities, are Gola, the ice golas, and look at the colors used. And the best part of it is that the frame in frame concept used. You see, the moment the green starts and the background, the gola's green goes below it, and the red starts. That's what I loved it. You just imagine the same image where the green portion of the gola on the right side goes up and it mixes with the background. Maybe you won't get that much good feel. And here the image is so well taken that I think it is the first drop of gola which is just coming down from it. Very tempting. So lovely share. Yeah. One more by Arvind Ji. Yes, Nimbu Pani, as we can see, a nicely taken image, and the best part is that he has actually taken the image when it is in preparation. So like it's like ready to serve. So good one. Okay, so Ashutosh, very well taken image. We keep taking all these kind of what do you call coolers when we are out for a nice what do you call weekend, or maybe when we are really thirsty enough. So we have nice reds with white creams, and we have nice out of focus green background. Very well taken, and I think it's a very balanced image. The focus is good, good one. Bhushan, yes, so you have shared some fruit, but since we are talking about coolers, this fruit may be a cooler, but usually fruit which is lying on the road, which is not that much hygienic. So, considering the theme which we have given, maybe a little bit more like illustrations on this one, that have been good. Deepak ji, fantastic image. This was shot at the Navi Mumbai Food Festival in an event of Vibgyor. So wonderful image. You have the pineapples out of focus. You have the juice absolutely in focus, and the the entire framing, the information of it. Okay, so Dev Patil have shared a nice coolers once again. So this one as well, the lights are used crossed. So I love the texture which is getting on top of the glass on the lemons which are cut. But if you see the background, there are some sticks. I think if I'm not wrong, it's in barbecue pattern. So that is creating a little bit of clutter, maybe a little bit of clean background have been added much more attention to the cooler spot. Okay, Dhiren has shared a talab, like what we call in Hindi, and we have nice sunny sky behind. We have the trees around us. So the coolers for him is the site, or maybe the plunge into this. Is this clean? I'm not getting a clean or hygienic look out of it, but I'm sure sitting like out here using the breeze is also a very refreshing at this point of like sunlit day. So it's a good one. And right after from the Talab in village, Dhiren is back at a bar in Mumbai where he has shot this one. So good one. The best part is sorry. The best part is the perspective that is used. It is like converging at the bottom of the glass. You have nice blues behind. The sparkles, like sorry, the bubbles which are like oozing out, giving you a fresh feel. Good one. Okay, so Dr. Advaita has shared this one once again. A cooler. This must have been shot in available light in a restaurant, and that's the reason why we are getting it bit underlaid, a bit underexposed. So Advaita, the next time when you're doing this one, the mobile phone light as well to give a cross light. The same image with a little bit of light behind where exactly we are finding a hand would have given a lot of drama. So just try it out next time. Okay, so Dr. Advaita shares one more. It's hand pump, and yes, of course, it's one of the most utilized cooler which we can think of. So nicely thought of. Okay, Girish from Mumbai has shared this. It's again a Gola, and you have used a prop where you have the name I, that is a mother. So maybe that's the touch of a mother, like how mother is to give you. Nicely captured, nicely taken ice cubes. But now here, whenever you are making a concept shoot like this, the ice cube should be absolutely in shape. I think you see the ice cubes are not in a proper shape here. On the left hand side top corner, there is a lot of space which is given made empty. Either you try to play with the light and you create a drama, and you place the light towards your right hand side and put the shadow on that corner. The straw which you have used is black, which is again mixing with the background where you have put the shadows, and it is just touching the top edge of the frame. So maybe you can just cut the straw and make it a bit more smaller. There's no harm into it, but don't make it so edge to edge. Okay, so Girish has shared one more image here, maybe a can of a beer, and it's just chilled, and the water droplets that is forming on it has been clicked. Okay, so people are more into beer. I see. So Kingfisher by Hemant Jadhav from Mumbai. You have some lemons to. Okay, so nice one. But again, like the lights are harsh on the bottles. You see the bottle edges are not found properly. It is just mixing with the background and the blacks. So just take small care about this one in the next one. This is a nice drink once again by Hemant Jadhav. The blue is good. The lights are used directly on that drink. Once again, you see there are more highlights. Once you use the light like that, there are more highlights which are coming up in the background, which are not clear, but it is again dragging the attention a bit. Rather, I should have asked you to use the light cross from your right hand side or left hand side so that that background becomes dark. Maybe an ambient light or maybe reducing the ISO. Sorry, increasing the ISO would have given you a little bit of fair idea about the background. That would have given some more drama to food photography. Okay, so Hetal have shared this, and she has also mentioned about love. Yes, of course. Who doesn't love this drink? So it's a nice chocolate shake, and it's kept on the menu card. And yes, it's good one. But using the menu card, I would have just tried to flip it so that we can also add up the name of the place where we are having. So usually, you see that gives added information of where you are having the drink, like whether it is in Mumbai or it is somewhere else. Oh, then that's a Chang Classic beer. Once again, so we have different brands of beer today in coolers. That's once again by Hetal. I love this image. You see, there's one more image in Bhubaneswar where we were showing the soda drink, and you see here the usage of the green with the background is blue, and there is no disturbance, no other. There are more elements out of focus in the background, but you see the colors are not distracting. The vignette effect has been used, which I think Hetal, if you just reduce that one, no, that will add more. Like this vignette is not to be used so much. We are getting blacks at the edge. Reduce the vignette. The photo is really good. It's very refreshing. Especially you see the blue is a cooling color, so it's like coolers. So already the blue is there. You have a chilled beer. I don't know if it is empty or it is. It seems to be empty. So you're already chilled up. So the image is very well taken. So hats off. Oh, it's not empty. So here, Jay Kumarji has shared three glasses of Kingfisher beer, and I'm sure with that you can identify the different beer intake habits of three friends. Maybe one is not the one in the center is not that much happy, and maybe it's full. The one to the right is okay, is going in the right track. The left one, oh, he wants more. He's just about to finish that one. So good. It also had a story to it. The lights to the right hand top bottom, it's like too harsh. Like maybe you could have just reduced it. I understand it's like available light, but try to find out the way where which you can change your position and you can just reframe it again. Jazz Bhanushali from Mumbai, nice fruit decorated, gives you a very cool feel. Of course, that is like one of the best coolers in the summer. Oh, this is lovely. So this has been taken in maybe some resort or maybe some hotel where somebody is playing. If I'm not wrong, I can't see the face, but as I know that he's now for a vacation, it is shot recently by him at Lonavala. So a nice image. It's not only the game, it's the water which is cooling down. Nice one. Ethan, very well taken image. You see the calmness of this boy when he's getting drenched. Like there's no sunlight. It's somebody is pouring the water on his head. He's absolutely like keeping it quiet, very steady, and it gives you again a feel of childhood. It gives you a feel of discipline. It gives you a cool, concentrated, meditated part of life. Very well taken. Okay, so Mihir has shared one more. I'm sure this is one more drink as well, and not the gola, which is getting melted. So nice bubbles shown. There is some fit which is going out of focus. Good, not bad. Pankaj, now see, now I'll take the reference of the image of Shomodi from Kolkata. So he has shared about the tree. But you see the same image when you're showing with somebody standing beneath the shade of the tree. And I remember Pankaj has also mentioned this one that coolers for us, like the photographers, those who are going for wildlife or going for a street photography under the scorching sun, and they are like really, really heating up with all the gadgets, the bags they're carrying. The trees are a lifesaver, and Definitely, like you see, that's why we are so much blessed with so many people showing off their thought processes. So very well taken. One more by Pankaj. Here he has explained the name coolers. How it is going is the calm, serene landscape, the breeze, seeing the sunset from the ceiling, and you are sitting out there, giving you a very a feel of cooling down yourself, cooling your senses. So that's how this image has been related to. Okay, Pawan from Mumbai has shared one of the oldest methodology of drinking cool water during the summer. So this is the pot which usually I think still the villagers are using it drastically, like in full swing. Raj Pandey, a fantastic champagne bottle behind. Champagne is already poured. Very nice taken, and I'm sure this image has been taken in available light, but still it has been balanced well, and it's giving you a good feel. And this one Raj has shared very nicely. He has used a nice prop. He has used a nice glass, but he has used normal water. So the inverted reflection of the buildings right in front of it in it, and the white part. So overall, this image seems to be very simple. But again, like with the theme which we have given, the coolers, the simplicity to it, I loved it. Okay, so back to the beer saga, and Rishi now here shares a beer jar. Yes, the light has been taken well. I think if it is the sunset, I don't expect you to have a beer on the sunrise point of time. So it's a sunset, and the sun has been taken as a backlight, and you have illuminated the beer jar. But the only thing is that if you see the froth on top, it is getting a bit of what do you call? Like you can clean the froth while you're taking the photograph, so maybe that will give you much more cleaner photograph. So that's it. Okay, Ronak has shared this splash of water. This has been taken in a very low key, and the lights have been used well. Mm, Good one. I would say it's a very nice composed photograph. But again, like, where is this water resting? Like, a little bit of base would have been good. Uh, Over to that, somehow at the first instance, it is giving me a look as if the glass is bit tilted towards the left. Just have a look. I may be wrong, or maybe the glass is in that fashion. But some more details at the base. I don't know. It may look good. Okay, Sarika has shared a nice image, Nimbu Pani, and I think the sprinkles is coming from the top. It's lightly used light. Good one. But here, if you can just reduce the foreground, you see there's a lot of space at the wall, like the bottom of the frame, where the viewer has to travel a lot, and then you have to reach the main coolers. Second to it, if you see exactly, the glass is also again tilted a bit towards the left. A little bit of tilt shift correction needs to be done out here. Okay, Satyaja has shared this one, Kukam Sharbat. Now, she has also shared a nice story to it. That's how the image is much more good to explain to you all. So, if you see the background, she has utilized a photograph of some kokum fruit because she didn't get an original kokum fruit right at that moment while clicking. But right now, she's traveling in her hometown village where she has kept in mind that she will reshoot this photograph with some live kokum fruits, and we are all anxiously waiting to see it. Satyaja, nice image, a little bit of light drama in the glass would have bring out the entire glass like a 3D. You have used it good, a little bit more, maybe a better one. Okay, so Satyaja once again shares one more cooling drink, four glasses. That's a family time. The best part is you also keep two spoons, and with that spoons you have like the masala and a little bit of salt, so you can keep it as per your taste. A very nice story added to it. Good one. Oh God, that's Malai Gola, and I'm really tempted with this. A photograph by Shishir Dhula from Mumbai. So I think the way he has kept it on top, it's a fantastic marketing and a branding strategy. A good one, and it's very fresh. Like before it melts down, I'm very tempted. And Shishir has shared one more Kesar Lassi. I'm sure he's a foodie. So Shishir will meet next time and we'll go out for food trail. We are going tomorrow at the Muhammad Ali Road in Mumbai for a Ramzan food photo walk with our very favorite, very own Humania sir. So those who are joining, I think it will be fun. But Shishir, we'll go together later on one time. So we'll find a lot of interesting stuff together. And there you see Subhashini has clicked an image, a child. Oh my God! From where all the ice cream has been melting and falling down. This really gives you a nice story of like when you're really thirsty, you don't even care like where the ice cream is getting melted and falling down. Fantastically taken. The only thing is that check out the focus. It is not right on the eyes of the kid. The moment is well taken, but yes, it a little bit of focus would have been added much more better photograph to it. And Subhashini's second entry is again a nice drink. Two of them maybe on a nice evening after a hectic office day, a sip to it and a gossip. Good one. Okay, I'm very glad that Swati Mukherjee has a shared photograph. Now, the point is that last time when we were talking about the WhatsApp group and the elimination and a lot of things, she has mentioned that I don't even click with my mobile phones. Then, shall I stay back in the group? And at that point, I told her specifically, ma'am, it's not that you have to click always. Is the point is that you should always say your opinion by seeing a click, and I'm so glad that she has got motivated and she has shared the photograph. I really give a big round of applause to it. And to be very honest, if you consider this as the first photo for the challenge, it is much better than the others, those who have started it when it was in the initial stage. Good one. I love the nice the play with the leaves, very nicely taken. And the second one as well, the cutlery is good. It is very unique, and it gives a nice flavor of the cool pink color. And also you see the leaves which has been spread across, so it's creating a balance as well. Atidi, hats off to you. Good one. Okay, so Urmita Amin from Mumbai has shared a coolers. Okay, so here two three things. I understand it's from available light. I understand you have taken it in a restaurant, but the red flower is taking a lot of attention. So you have to be a bit careful about it. Maybe you can just take it out and take the photograph. Okay, so Bira is back. I think we have seen him when Dhiren was having it on the glass. I hope this is empty because I'm not finding out it chilled. I'm not finding out the water droplets. I'm finding only the monkey staring at me, and I am also looking at the TV which is out of focus. I'm looking at the TV's reflection on the glass. Bit bit what do you call this highlights behind the TV highlights and all. Maybe you can just have a control over it and much more focus on the coolers part. Okay, so Zaved has sent this one very nicely taken. His focus is so well maintained on the glass. Um, the glass which is out of focus is actually not like given just for a balance. You have a nice prop which is on the left hand side. Very clean image, but very well balanced. And you see the straw also is coming out. It is not being cut. Now if we move back to that image where we have seen the gola in the jar of eye, and we see this one, so we can understand the difference. Okay, so that's what we have right now for the images that we have got. So I'm sure you must have all enjoyed all the images which are here. But the point is that as we have told you that we will be selecting the best five out of it. Before I share the best five images to you, let me be very frank. There is nothing like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and the rest are all backbenchers. It's not like that. It's like that. Those five has actually like it has touched our heart, and it has been very well explained. The communication was very clean, and it is just for motivating them. It is just for motivating each one of you. So please don't break your heart. I'm sure each one's photograph is very valuable to the photographer, and we also value that aspect. So now Let's let me share it. Okay, there are a lot of chat messages. Shall I just quickly glance through it? Battery is low. Yes, yes, the battery was low. I just switched on. It was ball with the drop in center probably. Okay, people tree has the coolest shade. Okay, okay, fine, fine, fine. So that is well explained by them. So now let me share the screen once again, and we are here to see the top five. So guys, are you ready? I'm sure you are. So yes, here you go. So, as I told you, Childhood Memory by Sanjeev Tripathi from Bhubaneswar. So, that is one of the top five. Lovely taken, as I told, lovely balanced image. The image is already explained, so I'll quickly glance through. Yes, Joy Banerjee. It's no doubt about it. A very nostalgic feeling, very feel of hard labor. Good one, really good. Arvindji, there's no point that somebody can really miss out the colors you have used and the way you have framed it. Of course, it deserves. Kirtan, once again, I cannot like even think of anything like the best part is the way the child is keeping his eyes closed and so much in control. Very nicely taken. And Zaver, last but not the least, I am very much impressed with this photo, the lighting of it, the texture of the drink that has come out. Uh, Very nicely taken. So thank you so much, guys, for all your time, and I hope you all have enjoyed today's session. So next time we'll come very soon for the next video WhatsApp challenge. In case you are watching this video and you are not a part of the WhatsApp group yet, as I told you, you have to just log into our website, that is www.infovipgo.com, and there is the WhatsApp joining details. Now, just to before I end it up today, there are a lot of things happening in Wipgo in the back end. You are seeing a lot of teasers coming up. There will be a few more teasers coming up in the coming weekend as well. And on 2nd of June, there will be the first curtain raiser. So I hope you all are interested to have a fair look what is happening out here. But try to understand we are working day night. Our people are working really day night, and we are trying to make a lot of changes in the with your platform so that you get benefited out of it. So that people those are really interested find it worth enough to be with us. And there are a lot of sharing, a lot of new initiatives we are trying to implement, which will give pay tribute to different. Portions of life which are not that much entertained these days. So the main agenda of WebGear is to maintain the family affairs, to maintain a nice vibe between you and me. So stay tuned with us, and I'll see you next very soon. So good night.